Well, I finally did it. I have been eyeballing the Vyper Low Pro Chair probably for well over a year. And I finally decided to get one. And I had no intention of ever really doing a video on it, but it's too good. I have to share it. I know everybody or a lot of people know about it, but I just have to share my perspective on it. Let's talk about the Vyper Low Pro Chair. So the Vyper Low Pro is really, it is like built like a freaking tank. Everything just went together seamlessly. The instructions were fantastic. Everything is super heavy duty. Like nothing feels like, no matter how much weight you put on it, that it's gonna bend, it's gonna dent. It just feels really well made, which of course it is well made. It is from Vyper Industrial. They pride themselves on having their products for your lifetime, that you won't need to replace them. So it's fantastic. I wasn't even sure about the backrest that I decided to get, and I'm glad I did because people online suggested it, and it just rides perfectly in the small of my back. The cushions are extremely comfortable, very thick. You kind of just want to ride around on the chair in the garage. I mean, it's just that comfortable and so nice to sit in. I can't wait to detail in it and do some work because it's that comfortable, that sturdy. There's only two things that I'm going to add that I didn't, and I'm going to mention those because you may experience this if you choose to go ahead and get one. Number one is I added a brake to the casters, at least to one caster. So they don't come with brakes on them at all, and given that my garage floor is sloped, if I stand up, it might start to roll, and so I did order one brake for one of the casters. The other thing I did, and this is not an option at purchase, is they do sell different color casters. And so they have the red, blue, and black. They come with these gray casters or black wheels and gray casters, and there wasn't an option to replace those at the time of purchase, just like there was with the other colors. But I ordered the red casters so that it'll match the red on the rest of the chair. So I did order that. Those are the only two things I've ordered. There's one thing that I'm kind of disappointed in. It is not a showstopper. It's not a big deal, but I do want to share it with you. I went ahead and bought the tool holder for a polisher, because that's primarily when I'm going to be using this chair, is when I'm polishing a vehicle. And so I wanted to be able to have a place to put the tool down in between wiping off polish. So the tool holder looks great, it fits great. There's only one downside. With the Milwaukee polisher, the trigger is right here. So this is where the trigger is on the handle, and the way this rests in the holder is the end rests right on the trigger. So if I put this down in the holder, you hear that it won't stop. So you can't put this in the holder the way it was designed. Now, I do feel like I can put this in the holder upside down. It's not super secure, but it'll lay there. And so that's an option that I'm gonna just try. And again, I have to work with this and see how it goes. But I really wish that it didn't rest right on the edge of the trigger, because it pulls the trigger no matter how I put it in there. If I put it in like this, which is how it's supposed to lay in there, the weight of the polisher pulls down and it just presses the trigger. That's the only downside. Again, not the end of the world, but I did want to mention that. I love also there's a tray on the bottom that I think is great because I can put polish in there, I could put microfiber cloths in there, and I think that makes everything super easy and convenient when you're polishing. Look, I think anybody that wants to spend the money, it's not cheap. If you want to make the investment into the best, the best shop chair for detailing, I think the Low Pro is the deal. Listen, if this was helpful or interesting to you, I'd appreciate you giving me a thumbs up. And of course, a subscribe would be awesome if you want to see more great content. I work hard on these videos, and I really appreciate you taking your time to watch them. And I hope you have a great day.